This is the Cryptoverse DAO. My first name is Crypto. My last name is Verse DAO, and this is the news. We're in a brand new week, which means brand new news, and that's what we're going to get into. Before we get into it, though, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, or don't. Free world. You're a free person. You can do whatever you want to. But what you want to do is like, comment, and subscribe. So go do that. Let's get into the news. Bitcoin price might be forming a macro bottom. Cool, love it. What are the indicators? So basically, there's a big oversold bounce. We're looking at an RSI over here. When we've talked about this in the education section of the Cryptoverse DAO as well, but so if you want some extra detail, go into it. But just high level overview. Okay, so here it says 75 and 25. Generally, if the relative strength index, which is a measure, it's a momentum indicator, if it goes above 70, then the market or the asset you're looking at is considered to be overbought and it needs to kind of dip down. And the converse is also true. If it dips below, here it's 25, but generally if it's 30, if it dips below 30, this line, then the asset is considered to be oversold and therefore primed for a correction back up towards the median. And usually the asset follows, the asset follows that because it's a indicator of the momentum of the asset, obviously. So that's one thing. BTC's weekly RSI became oversold. The other thing is the NUPL. This is net unrealized profit and loss. This is also an indicator, which has jumped above zero. Usually, this indicator, if if the reading, as it says here, if the reading is above zero, this is an indicator that investors are in profit. The higher the number, basically, the more in profit you are. And it's jumped above zero, so that's good. And mining profitability is the third indicator they're talking about, that might indicate that we've, started to form a macro bottom, to kind of shoot back up. Mining is profitable, right? And we're looking at, the PUL or the pool multiple. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. But this is another indicator. What this does is it examines mining profitability and the impact of said profitability on market prices, right? So it measures the rate of issuance in USD, the rate of daily coin issuance, and the year-long moving average, the MA, of daily coin issuance. So it's kind of uses those two metrics to present you with like a visual representation of that indication. And what is it showing now? A strong PUL multiple reading, that mining profitability is high compared to the yearly average. And that's what we're seeing right now, which again, is indicative of us forming a macro bottom. The next piece of news I want to talk about is the Aave DAO approving stables. Now, this is a little bit contentious because of Terra Luna. There he is, the man right there. Dokwon, fucking dude, man. Basically, that was a bit of a mess. It all went to shit. Now, here, what they're talking about is the fact that the key word is over collateralized, right? With Terra, the problem was that the underlying asset, like here, okay, there it is. Given that GHO will be over collateralized, users must always deposit, this is what's important, a higher amount of crypto than the minting value of the GHO. That way, because it's over collateralized, it gives it a bit of credibility, basically. It prevents, it causes like a lower chance of depegging, which is what happened to Terra. Basically, it depegged, lost its peg against the dollar, and just it all fucking crashed, and $40 billion worth of investors' money was lost, and regular people were burned by it. It hurt regular people, which sucks. But this is the crux of it. USD was uncollateralized and run by a crook, sure, who attacked people for calling him a crook. But with the uncollateralized thing, Aave is building an over-collateralized algorithmic stablecoin. And yeah, there's less chance of depegging. But what do you think? Do you think it's still a bit risky? Do you think this is not a good idea? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below or join us live for a session. on Discord. There's a link in the description. Next thing I want to talk about is Binance. They're going to delist AMP, the token AMP, on the 15th of August, because of the SEC thing that we talked about on previous news episodes. SEC claimed that the token is a security. There were conversations about what constitutes, are NFTs securities, are this, that, and the other are token securities. And now we're seeing a bit of a further development from it. So Binance has said it'll be delisting the AMP token out of an abundance of caution. They're just being extremely careful. And with the SEC, yeah, you want to be extremely fucking careful. You saw Library. What did they say on Twitter? Literally, direct quote from the. Well, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but like essentially what they said was, we went to the SEC to seek help on how to become compliant, and they just hit us with a lawsuit. They just used that information to hit us with a lawsuit. So obviously, proceeding with extreme caution is not, that's not enough caution, in my opinion, with the SEC. So I think this is the right move by Binance, but what do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Do you think that they're being a little overly cautious? AMP is the only token of the 9 mentioned in the SEC complaint that's available for trading on the platform. The exchange added trading of AMP may resume at some point in the future, but again, yeah, they're proceeding with an overabundance of caution, which makes sense. It makes perfect sense. The instigation or the catalyst or the genesis of this whole friggin' thing was the SEC filing a complaint against a former Coinbase product manager and 2 individuals in July, claiming that AMP plus 8 other, as we looked at below, 8 other cryptocurrencies were, quote unquote, securities, crypto asset securities, and therefore fell under the purview of the Securities and Exchanges Commission. So yeah, let us know what you think about this. The next thing I want to talk about is Muse. Muse NFT. There's an album, Will of the People, which is the first chart eligible album format to be added in 7 years. It's crazy. So the upcoming Muse NFT album will be the latest chart eligible album format since 2015, in 7 years, right? The first one in 7 years. Prior to this album concept, the last format to be accepted by charts was album streams. But now NFT albums. So again, we talk about use cases. We talk about what blockchain means for the world, what Web3 technology means for the world, means for humans. This is the kind of stuff we should be talking about, not how much money can I make throwing it up and down. It's a lot more nuanced and a lot more deep than just, oh, price go up. Oh, yay. Oh, price go down. I shit my pants. Oh, like that's not, like it's so much deeper than that. And there's so much more you can do with this technology. And these are the kinds of stories that I like to see. So yeah, Will of the People, it's the British rock band's 9th studio album. It's going to be released on the 26th of August and will be the flagship digital pressing album from the Web3 marketplace Serenade. These guys created digital pressings as a brand new limited edition and collectible music format that is basically on NFT technology, on a blockchain. And the marketplace is using this new format to cater to community connectivity, beautiful, and product scarcity. That's amazing. Cut out the middleman, honestly. Like even streaming, it's not a very lucrative format. At all, really. If you think about it, trying to find success through streaming, the music industry is absolutely fucked. And yeah, it's a whole thing. But what do you think about this? Do you think this is good? Do you think this is a move in the right direction? Are you a fan of Muse? Are you a fan of will you be pre-saving this album or like getting it? Listening to it, getting on Serenade and copying this digital pressing? Is this something you're going to be involved in? Let us know. Serenade did cooperate with the Brit Awards in the UK. That's an annual pop music award show. They hosted their NFT collection, which sold for £10 each, which is $12.25. Okay, cool. Certainly not the first instance of NFT involvement in the music industry. Yeah, what's his name? The guy on Twitter with the pink background, something.eth. The This dude's been in NFT music for just so long, and he's doing so much cool shit. Like, if you know who I'm on about, because it's not popping into my brain, it'll bug me for the rest of the night. But that's cool. Um, Let us know what you think, man. I think this is a really interesting story, and I think that the um, kind of ideas that this spawns, these are the kinds of creative things that we want to enable, and it's also given me a little bit more bullish energy on, just ahead of September, because the merge is coming. Ethereum is just absolutely amazing. All the things you can do with it, creating decentralized applications is just mind-boggling. The amount of utility that opens up, and now with the possibility of gasless transactions and much faster speeds, just cutting out that congestion, which is the real kind of a bit of a barrier to entry to just humans, opening the floodgates. I think what we will see is literally the floodgates open and a mass influx of new users who do cool shit like this. So I'm just really happy, man. And then also all those people who are just like, oh, price go up, oh, I'm happy. Like those guys will be happy too. So yeah, across the board, it's good stuff. The next thing, good stuff, sure, but you also got to be extremely careful in this space. We at the Cryptoverse DAO are very, very like this is a point that we push massively. Risk management, not just with trading, but just investment in general. Don't ever, if you're on Discord, don't ever reply to these friggin' DMs telling you that you won some nonsense. Just stay alert, stay vigilant. And in the interest of that, let's talk about the rise of fake cryptocurrency apps and how to avoid them. So scammers are using fake crypto apps to steal funds from investors. Scammers have been taking advantage of blockchain's decentralized and immutable nature, and also the lack of regulation in the space right now, to swindle crypto investors since the advent of the technology. Very true. According to the latest FBI fraud report, fraudsters are using fake crypto apps, and apparently they're making their way onto legitimate app stores, highlighting that American investors have lost approximately $42.7 million to swindlers through fake apps. Down to it, humans suck, and whatever it is that whatever it is that exists, humans will try to find a way to maneuver it or manipulate it such that they come out on top. So it's really about staying above all of that stuff, staying as informed. What is literally the mission statement of the Cryptoverse DAO? We exist to help you make the most informed. We give you the context to make the best and most informed moves in this space. Now, that's not to say that you can have all the information in the world. I saw this thing on Twitter about a guy who had his wallets broken into, and they stole, I think he had a mutant ape and a bunch of like really expensive NFTs and like a goblin. And they they literally took everything except the goblin, which I thought was really funny. But like the Goblin Town NFTs. But like, yeah, even that dude, if he had got to the point where he could just be some random kid from Dubai who just, used his dad's money to buy a bunch of monkey pictures. But, there is also the chance that he was someone who worked his way up to that and he fell victim to a scam. So be extra vigilant, supremely alert all the time. If something seems too good to be true, it absolutely is too good to be true. Even if something seems just good, it's treat it as though it's too good to be true, and just do all of your due diligence and get above it. But let's break through the article and see what kind of tips they give us, right? So social engineering scheme. This is how they lure users. Social engineering schemes. Like befriending victims through social media, dating sites, tricking them into downloading apps. Scammers then convince users to transfer funds to the app. Funds are locked in. Victims are never allowed to withdraw money. Yeah, so basically just don't do this. Don't don't trust people, man. Like if someone random is hitting you, I don't know what type of person you are, but with me, if I don't know someone and they just randomly hit me up on social media, I'm just gonna be like, bro, like, who are you? Like, go away, man. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Dating sites, I'm taking a vow of celibacy in it. I'm not gonna fucking do any of that nonsense. But like, yeah, it's basically just about being supremely aware all the time, just supremely cautious and supremely aware. which it could sound tiring, but probably sounds a lot less tiring than having to work back all of the money that you just lost because some random like bot convinced you to download something and put your money on it. There's about 7 steps in that process, and through each step in the process, you're making a choice, right? So make the right choice there. When this person texts you, make the choice to not engage. When they tell you to download the app, make the choice to not download the app. When you're typing in your information, make the choice to not type your information in. All right? And you should be good. Tried and true method of social engineering. Tried and true method of social engineering. Far more practical and lucrative than going in and freaking hacking the money out of, oh, tap, 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 I'm in the mainframe. Don't, it is true. It is true. And far more people fall victim to it than, yeah. I could relay a personal story, but I'm not going to. Recognizable brand names. That's another thing. Some fake crypto app scammers use recognizable brand names. So again, here it's about hypervigilance. You need to be supremely careful. The example they're using here is Yibit. I don't know how to pronounce that. But basically a bogus app, a bogus version of this app was thrown onto, it was kind of put to people and they downloaded it. And boom, unbeknownst to the investors, the actual crypto exchange had ceased operations in 2018, man. And funds that were made to the fake app were stolen. Another report shows Supay, an Australian crypto company, swindled 28 investors out of, Fishers using the name, swindled 28 investors out of millions of dollars. Ran between November 1st and 26th, caused $3.7 million of losses. Goes on for years. A lot of unreported cases as well because, the recourse channels don't exist. The regulation does not exist yet, but that's slowly changing as well, so that's good. And distributing fake apps through official app stores. That's something that's a little bit shitty. That's really on the App Store to kind of prevent, really. Because that is, a level of credibility to a degree, isn't it? But also, you have all kinds of stupid apps on the App Store, I'm sure. So, again, something you can do is kind of go to the reviews before you download the app. Just an extra measure, it's going to take like 5 seconds of your time, but it could save you 5 years of headache, or 5 months of headache, or whatever it is, depending on your financial situation. Could be saving you 5 days of headache, who knows? But yeah, just save yourself a headache by doing 5 seconds of extra work. Just go to, look at the developer, look at the reviews, and just scroll a bit further down and see if there's another app that's named it or something like that. The example they're using is Trezor's, like a fake Trezor app, that was masquerading as a wallet created by Satoshi Labs. They used a strategy, collect user credentials used to unlock crypto accounts on corresponding platforms. Yeah, Face ID will friggin' open anything nowadays, innit? Your phone has all of your information. So others claim to offer secure wallet solutions. Still possible for some fake apps to slip through the crack. Yeah, so there was a fake Trezor app claimed to provide users with direct online access to their Trezor. Bruh, that's literally not the point. That defeats the purpose of a Trezor. That's, oh man. But again, see, if you had known that, that would have immediately tipped you off that this is like something a little bit shady. Without needing to connect your freaking dongle to, come on, man. Victims who downloaded the fake Trezor app were obligated to submit their wallet seed phrase. Bro, no, man, you don't freaking use your seed. No. But again, you can't hold it against people because most people don't, like, the information, like the recourse channels are not out there, but also the education channels are not out there for you to learn how to not get burned in this space. So join the Cryptoverse DAO, man, and prevent yourself from becoming one of these dudes that fell for the Trezor fake app. According to a statement provided by Apple, the fake app was published on its store through a deceptive bait-and-switch maneuver. The app developers are alleged to have initially submitted the app as a cryptography application designed to encrypt files, but later on converted it to a cryptocurrency wallet app. Apple said it was not aware of the change until users reported it. Well, that's kind of on you. You should have done better. You're the big corporation here. You're wearing the big boy pants, and therefore it is your responsibility. Fuck you, Apple, for doing that. Wow, that came out vehement. I don't have anything against Apple. I'm just saying, like, they should do more to protect their users. People should not be allowed to maybe make it such that you can't just change the category of your app down the line, or make it such that, well, because that might cause problems for legitimate users. Why not just make it such that you are immediately alerted, or a team needs to come in and you need to fill out a questionnaire or something, right? Create an alert when people try to change the uh, category, right? Such that they have to prove why they changed the category with documentation to prove that whatever entity they are or service they're providing is now, just things you can do. There's things you can do. Um, Tech companies are always looking for better education and security for their users. The most reputable players today put security at the forefront of their roadmaps. Users need reassurance that their digital assets are safe. Yes, man, absolutely, absolutely. How to spot it? They're designed to resemble legitimate apps as closely as possible. As a crypto investor, you should be able to discern between legitimate and fake apps to avoid unnecessary losses. Yeah, spelling, icons, descriptions. Usually they'll spell something very slightly off. The icon could have, maybe it's a recognizable brand icon, but it's flipped vertically or something, or horizontally or something like that. And the description, most likely, if it's got like spelling mistake, bro. Literally, I do this. I go to any project that tries to like talk to me or get like whatever it is. First thing I do, I go on their website. I look at their white paper, and I read through the white paper like line by line. And if there's even the slightest erroneous phraseology in their goddamn white paper, bro, I'm miles away. I'm not going near it with a 10-foot pole, because that is how you kind of gauge. I mean, that's besides the point. But what I'm saying is basically, look for a description that is written as though, like, it sounds like it was written by a legitimate entity and not like some Donnie in some random country somewhere trying to scam you out of your money. So yeah, just be a little bit careful. If the app or developer names are misspelled, most likely phony, a quick search on the internet will also help confirm its legitimacy. Go on like a Trustpilot or something like that, and look it up. And listen, if you don't find any entries, put an entry down and say, "Hey, I found this app. It could be not legit." And just don't don't engage with it. Also important to discover to consider, excuse me, if the app has a Google editor's choice. Okay, I don't know about that because I use Apple. But yeah, look out for whatever this is, a badge, a distinction provided by the Google Play editorial team. Oh, cool. Yeah, Apple should do that as well. That's nice. Yeah. Application permissions. Yeah, usually apps will ask you for all of these permissions if they are some bullshit. So if it's well, but that's the thing. I mean, apps could ask for your camera, for Face ID or whatever. But if it's asking for access to your files or something like that, just exercise a little bit of caution, exercise a little bit of critical thinking, and be like, hey, this kind of doesn't add up. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? It's asking me for analytic data when this is an app that's literally just like a flashlight or a calculator or something. Like, if it doesn't add up, then stay away. The number of downloads as well, if it's a very popular thing, if it's masquerading as a bigger app, lower download numbers, bit of a giveaway. Also, you can contact support. Down to it, end of the day, last resort type thing. Just ask them, hey, are you a scammer? You are a scammer. Just ask them. I don't know what accent that was. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the news. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, like I've said a million times before in this video. Join the Discord community, man. And I think, yeah, just it's a cool community where you can have these kinds of conversations and talk to people who have been burned by things like this. Talk to people who have more of just more context to give you, and use that to bolster your position in this space and continue to make better decisions within it. I've been your host, Dharma. Thank you so much for being a part of it. As always, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. This has been the Cryptoverse DAO. Bye bye.